Hello, everyone. Welcome to the One Conscious Love Network. Sandra is back, and I love that because, boy, do I love this woman. Thank you for being back, Sandra. And please
Oh,
share with everyone how you shed your light in the world.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me. You are doing such great work with the
Thank
One
you.
Consciousness Network. You are helping so many people become one with all things and realize that they are a spirit in a physical body and that they make all the decisions for themselves. There's no one else in control because they have free will. And so it's a wonderful place that you've got. And I appreciate having the opportunity to be on it. I was on this time to talk about my um, teenage book. It's a preteen and teenage book. It's my first Amazon bestseller. Now I've got 6 Amazon best-selling books.
Wow,
If you
that's
go to
amazing.
Amazon.com and look up Sandra Adler, you can find all my books, but this one I'm going to talk about today is called Saturdays at Kieran's. And Kieran is a little girl from India, and she's come to the United States, and she's trying to make friends. And of course, because she has an accent and her skin is dark, she's has a lot of experiences with prejudice. And but she's a spiritual person. And she says that she learned everything from Mahatma Gandhi, and they taught that to her in school. And so, what she does is she helps her fellow classmates understand things that they are experiencing, like bullying in the classroom, in school, and on the internet. Um, about troubles that they're having if they think about suicide and they have low self-esteem, or if they're having racial or cultural difficulties, or thinking about gangs or drugs, or all the things that the kids are faced with these days, all these challenges. So what happens is in school, the teacher says on the first day, I would like you all, I mean, this is the English teacher. I would like you all to write a poem about yourselves. So you can introduce yourself to your fellow classmates and to me, your new English teacher. So the kids are moaning and groaning. Oh, I write a poem. I can't even write a sentence. And so Karen volunteers and she says, well, I love to write poetry. If you would like some help with your poem, come to my house on Saturday and I'll help you write your poem. So Saturday arrives and 10 kids show up. And there's 2 African American, 2 Asian American, a Native American, 2 Latinos, a Jewish kid, an LGBTQ kid, and a bully. And they show up and they say they need help. And she says, I will help you. So they're sharing about themselves and what they're experiencing in their lives. And Karen's mother um, is passing out papadums, Indian treats, and
So
the
good.
kids dip in them and liking them. And so it turns out that they're all amazed to hear the stories that these other kids are telling them. Like, for instance, the kids from Central America are talking about how they're afraid every night that somebody's going to come and take them and deport them. And they ask, please don't tell anybody you saw us here. And I mean, so they're full of fear. And all the stories are fascinating. And of course, that's what I think because I wrote it. I'm a retired school teacher,
Mhm.
school counselor, And I've been a spiritual consultant for 49 years. So I put all the stuff I learned about kids and about spiritual things, and I put it all together in this book, Saturdays at Kieran's Meeting the Edifiers. Now, that's the first book of a series, because Meeting the Edifiers is meeting the kids that are going to share all this stuff. So the second book that I'm writing is called Saturdays at Kieran's, Becoming Selfless. And this is where they're learning how to give without expecting anything in return, just because it feels so good to help somebody else. And so all the things that they do to help their family and other people. And then the third book, which isn't out yet, which isn't even written yet, but it's going to be called Saturdays at Kieran's, Finding Forgiveness.
Mm.
And in this book, the kids are going to learn that their parents and the teachers are doing the best that they know how. We're all doing the best we know how. When we know how to do better, we do better. And that's
Right.
what spiritual growth is all about. But so then they learn how to forgive their parents for everything that's happened, and their teachers, and each
Mm.
other. And so each book has like a spiritual message, but it's all the ways that you can do it. So when kids read the books, especially this one that's written already, it is a bestseller, they learn things that they can do to keep them from wanting to commit suicide, from wanting to be in gangs, from wanting to take drugs, from wanting to, they learn how to work together and help each other, love each other, appreciate all our differences, because each one of us is unique. There are
Mm.
not two people on planet Earth that are the same. And so the differences is what we need to enjoy and learn about and appreciate, and not divide ourselves, because these kids are going to grow up. They're going to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Mm.
And what kind of leaders do we want them to be? We want them to be unifiers. We want them to bring people together, to appreciate all our differences, not to divide us
Yeah.
because of what we think or what we feel or where we're from or anything, or a color of our skin. They want to bring everybody together, to work together, because together we can accomplish way more than if
Mm-hmm.
we're divided. So, my purpose is to get the kids back to the way they felt when they were born. Because when we're born, we're just little balls of love, goo goo goo, and just happy. And then eventually we learn how to hate, and we learn how to bully, and we learn all this stuff. And then we spend the rest of our lives trying to get back to the love that we
Mm.
really are inside, because everyone is just basically love energy. And we forget it starting, could be from 3 years old, mainly at 7. Kids have forgotten what they really are and what their life purpose is, and because they're been programmed by family, society, and school. So my books are to get them back to that love energy, so that all they want to do is love themselves, respect themselves, and want to help everybody else to do the same thing.
Mm, that's so beautiful.
So that's what Saturdays at Kieran's is about. And what happens is, when they come to her house on Saturday, they're talking about all these things, and she shares with them spiritual wisdom, spiritual concepts. And after each child shares, she shares, and she shares with them the greatness that she sees in them.
Mm.
So the next person can't wait to share because they want to know, what is Karen going to say great about me? And
Yeah.
every child that shares, all 10 of them, she has something special because she sees in them their life purpose. And so she shares with them what they can become and who they are and why they're so great. And they're blown away. So they're so, and they get treats. So they're so excited that they decide, well, couldn't we uh, come back next Saturday and and meet? And so instead of wanting to be in a gang, they all decide that they want to be in this group at Kieran's on Saturdays. And that's their new gang. And so they come every Saturday and they go through more lessons and more experiences. And what I've put in the book are solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Solutions to all of these things, because mothers and fathers are doing the best they know how, teachers are doing the best they know how, we all are. But sometimes you just don't know what to say to the kid. If a child says to you, I just want to die, I'm
Mm.
thinking about killing myself, or or something that a parent doesn't want to hear, they
Yeah.
don't know what to say. They say, oh, don't do that, oh, no. Well, and so they don't know how to handle that. So in the book are all the solutions to all these different problems that the kids are having.
Mm.
And so because they're finding solutions, and each kid is helping all the others, and Kieran is helping all of them, and it's just a working together energy that I'm hoping that the school systems, somebody in the school systems will find these books, and maybe through your network or other places that I've done some talking, will say, oh, well, this would be a good curriculum guide for whatever they're going to call it. You can't have anything in the public school system that has anything to do with religion. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't put the religious stuff in there. It's all just spiritual, like loving each other, working together, being a soul in a physical body. Um, just spiritual facts that have no religious connotations.
Yeah.
And so if the school systems could pick this up and start helping kids, because the teachers don't know what to say either, because the
Mm-hmm.
teachers have been programmed like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And so I
Well, I
have
think
this.
it's beautiful work for sure. And the parents watching and all the aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas, this is a great holiday gift for all of the teenagers, pre-teenagers on your list. So we're going to put the link to the book below. So it's really easy for people to find it.
Oh, thank you. Can I share a couple of things I want to say to
Of
parents?
course,
Do I
yes.
have, how many more minutes do I have left?
Time is relative.
Okay. Well, for parents and parents people who aren't parents yet, but who are listening, I do have some advice. Take it or leave it. But the first thing is always separate the child from his actions. And what I mean by that is, you love the child. You are my favorite son, my favorite daughter. I love you so much. But what you just did, I don't like that. And you
Mhm.
made a choice that I don't like. But you, oh, I love you. So if you can, because what happens is when we punish kids, they think you don't like them anymore, and they start getting depressed and they want to kill themselves. I mean, it's just the way it happens. Um, so don't um, say anything bad about them because you love them. That you're a wonderful child. I brought you into this world, and I love you, or I adopted you. And I love you, but you could make better choices when it comes to such and such. So you separate the actions from the individual. That's one thing that's important to be able to do. The second thing I want to say is don't hit your kid. I know we've all been hit and spanked and beaten, and especially us older ones, when physical punishment was the thing to do. But what happens when you do that is you teach the kid violence.
Yeah.
And children learn not from what you say, but from what you do. And they copy it. And the reason I'm saying this is when I started teaching school, and some kid said to me, "Well, I'm not going to do that, Miss Adler." And I just raised my hand and I was going to slap him. And I said, "Whoops, I'm going to lose my job. I can't hit a kid in the classroom." But that's what happened to me. And so I learned that. So I had to unlearn it. It's like deleting a program from your computer. Delete, 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 delete that violence. And because when we hit them, we teach them that if somebody doesn't do what they want, you hit them or kill them or do something violent to them. And we have a lot of violence in our society, and it comes from that. So if we can start stopping hitting the kids and talking to them, and we can give them a timeout or whatever, but find another solution.
Yeah.
And the third thing I want to say to parents and parents to be is listen to your child. They have nobody that listens to them. And so they feel lonely and they don't know where to go. And if they tell somebody something, they spread it around, and then the gossip starts, and then the bullying starts. But if a parent can listen to the child without judging, it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. None of this is easy. But listen to the child and don't judge. Just let them get it out. Because if they can talk to you, you know where they're at all the time. And you can say things like, "Would you like a solution? Would you like a suggestion from me or not?" And if they say, "No, no, I don't want to hear what you have to say," you say, "Oh, okay, well, thank you for sharing with me." And just let them know that they can share with you without judgment. Now you can evaluate, which means you don't judge it. You think of things that you can say that would be helpful. But if they don't want to hear it, don't push it on them.
It's okay, right?
So those are my suggestions
That's beautiful
for
advice, for
parents,
sure.
and to make your life better and to help the kids, our leaders of tomorrow that we want to bring up so lovingly.
So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Sandra. Such a pleasure to have you. We're going to make it easy for people. Click on the links below to connect with Sandra. She's just a beautiful light, so don't miss out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you,
Can
everyone,
you
for watching.
can you put my website on there
I
too?
will. Yeah, I'll put
It's
everything you
sandraadler.com.
done, love. I'll definitely do that. Thank you, honey. I'll see you soon.
I love you. Have a safe trip. Love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Thanks, everyone, for
Bye.
watching.